Hi guys, now we will come to the last and final dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate, that is the Lodhi Dynasty, after which the Mughal Empire started. So Lodhi Dynasty was the last dynasty. It ruled for 75 years, that is 1451 to 1526. So now as we can see, Lodhi dynasty was the last dynasty, and the first ruler of the Lodhi dynasty is Bahlol Lodhi. So Bahlol Lodhi was the first ruler. It was founded by Bahlol Lodhi, and it lasted for 76 years or 75 years. It derives its name from the Afghan tribe Lodi, as you can see here, Lodi, Afghan tribe Lodi. And so this was named called the Lodhi dynasty from the Afghan tribe Lodi, Lodi. So Bahlul's grandfather Malik Bahram Lodhi was a Pashtun from Multan. He took service under the governor of Multan. So Bahlul Lodhi was the founder of Lodhi dynasty. His grandfather Malik Bahran was a Pashtun from Multan. He was from Pashtun tribe, and he took service under the governor of Multan. So Malik Bahram had a total of about five sons. Bahlol, the son of Malik Kala, the younger brother of Malik Sultan, was married to Malik Sultan's daughter. So Malik Bahram had a total of about five sons, but Bahlol, who was the founder, the son of Malik and Kala, the younger brother of Malik Sultan, was married to Malik Sultan's daughter. So Malik Sultan's daughter was married to Bahlol. So Bahlol Lodi was a courageous soldier, successful general, great diplomat and realist. So he had very good qualities of an emperor. He was a courageous soldier, successful general, great diplomat and realist. Won the confidence, cooperation and respect of Afghan nobles with his very amiable behavior. He had won the confidence, cooperation, and respect of Afghan nobles with a very amiable behavior, and he gave them jagirs and high offices. He treated them as friends and considered them as one of his. So he had won confidence and cooperation among the Afghan nobles, and he had a very amiable behavior, and he gave them jagirs and high offices, and he treated them as jagirs mean land grants, and high offices also, and he treated them as few friends and considered them as one of his. So if we go into the expansions which he did, these expansions, as you can see here, expansion of his kingdom. So in 1479, he defeated an annexed Sharki dynasty based at Jaunpur. He did much to stop rebellions and uprisings in his territories. So first he defeated an annexed Sharki dynasty which was based at Jaunpur. He did much to stop rebellions and uprisings in his territories, and extended his holdings over Gwalior, Jaunpur and Upper UP. So he acquired some territories of Madhya Pradesh, and he was already in Delhi, and he also acquired some territories of Madhya Pradesh and UP, such as Gwalior, Jaunpur, and Upper UP. His second son, Nizam Khan, Sikandar Lodhi, was named successor, and a power struggle ensued upon his death in July 1489. So he died in 1489, and after that a power struggle was there between his second son Nizam Khan, was known as Sikandar Lodi. So now the next ruler is Sikandar Lodi. So as we can see here, Sikandar Lodi is the next ruler. So Sikandar Lodi, as you can see here, Sikandar Lodi. So now we'll know something about Sikandar Lodi. So he was regarded as the ablest, greatest, and most successful sultan of the Lodhi dynasty. He gave ample evidence of his qualities as a general, as an administrator, a consolidator of the empire, and a man of letters. So he had very great qualities of emperor, such as he was a great general, he was a great administrator, he consolidated the empire also, and was a man of letters. That is, whatever he said, he did. So his so uh, uh, he had Bahlol Lodi. had qualities such as courageous soldier, successful general, great diplomat and realist. And Sikandar Lodi also was a great general and administrator, as well as a consolidator of the empire. So, second son of Sultan, he was the second son of Sultan Bahlul Lodi. He had many qualities of his father. He expanded Lodhi territory into regions of Gwalior and Bihar. He also acquired some territories of Madhya Pradesh, that is Gwalior and Bihar also. Sikandar Lodi succeeded Bahlul Lodi as the Sultan of Delhi earlier only in 1489. After the death of Bahlul Lodi, Sikandar Lodi succeeded him as the Sultan of Delhi. So now we will know about the expansion. He encouraged education, particularly among children of Afghan nobles, so as to make them cultured. So he encouraged education very much, especially among Afghan nobles, so as to make them cultured. Made mosques as center of education, and he made mosques as center of education and encouraged education among children of Afghan nobles. He appointed one religious preacher, one teacher, and one scavenger in each mosque at state expense. That is, he appointed one religious preacher. So he was an expansionist of Islam religion. He appointed one religious preacher, one teacher, and one scavenger in each mosque at state expense. His court was a center of learning, and several scholars adorned it. So in 1516, he made a plan to capture Gwalior, but an illness prevented him from doing so. So he again made a plan to capture Gwalior in 1516, but he was ill, so it prevented him from doing so. So Man Simha died in 1516, and Sikandar Lodhi's illness also led to his death in November 1517. So Mansimha was very close, and one of his closest died in 1516, and Sikandar Lodi also died of illness in 1517, November 1517. Religion, if you talk about religion, he did not believe in all religions. Despite being a decent supervisor, he encouraged Hindus to follow Islam, and for this reason he utilized both sword and cash. So he was an expansionist of Islamic religion and wanted to expand Islam as far as possible. So he encouraged Hindus also to follow Islam, and for this reason he utilized both sword and cash also. So he converted lots and lots of people to Islam. Now we can talk about the next ruler, that is Ibrahim Lodi. He ruled after the death of Sikandar Lodi in 1517. He was appointed as the new Sultan of Ibrahim Lodi, new Sultan of Delhi. He was born in 1480 and died in 1526. But in between, in 1517 he became the ruler, and he was succeeded by Babur. So Ibrahim Lodi, he was the last ruler of Lodhi Dynasty. He was succeeded by Babur, from where the Mughal Empire started, and he was the last ruler of Lodhi Dynasty. He was son of Sikandar Lodhi. As we know, Sikandar Lodhi. He was the son of Sikandar Lodhi, and ascended the throne in 1517. He ascended the throne in 1517 upon the death of his father, but was not blessed with the same ruling capability of his father Sikandar Lodhi and of his grandfather Bahlol Lodhi. He ascended the throne, but he was not blessed with same ruling capability. He was impolite, obstinate, and rash. He failed to understand the character and sentiments of his own race, that is Afghan nobles. So people tell that he was impolite and obstinate and rash ruler, and he failed to understand the character and sentiments of his own people and his own race, that is the Afghan nobles. So he had a dispute with the nobles. On one hand, Afghan nobles desired that the Sultan should consider them as his associate or colleagues, and on the other hand, to prove himself more powerful. And on the other hand, he should prove himself more powerful. So this provoked the rebellious nature of amirs who felt humiliated. So Rana Sangram Singh, ruler of Mewar, insulted Ibrahim Lodi by extending his empire up to western UP and threatened to attack Agra. So nobles were unhappy with uh, Ibrahim Lodi, as you can see here. They had disputes with Ibrahim Lodi. They wanted him to consider them as his associate and colleagues, as his father did and Bahlol Lodi did. But but Ibrahim Lodi was an impolite, obstinate, and rash ruler and did not do so. And they also wanted Ibrahim Lodi to prove himself more powerful because the Rana Sangram Singh, ruler of Mewar, had insulted Ibrahim Lodi by extending his empire to the western UP, and he had threatened to attack Agra. So this provoked amirs and the nobles more, who felt humiliated. So now we will move on to the first battle of Panipat in 1526, as you can see here. First battle of Panipat, 1526, as you can see here. So falling are usually ascribed as the main causes of the defeat of Ibrahim, in spite of his having 10 times force than Babur. So Ibrahim Lodi had 10 times more army force, that is 10 times more army power, or army men and money, as you can say, and army capacity than Babur, but he was still defeated. So why? Because Babur used modern artillery as well as disciplined army to lead his defeat. So Babur's war technique was very good, and war techniques and statistics were very good, and he was a very well planned ruler, and also he was a very good strategist. So he used modern artillery and well disciplined army to lead his defeat. So the defeat and death of Ibrahim Lodi led to the opening of a new chapter in the history of India. Ibrahim neither had the qualities of a great general nor that of a skillful diplomat like his father, but the defeat and death of Ibrahim Lodi led to the opening of a new chapter in the history of India. Ibrahim neither had the qualities of a great general nor that of a skillful diplomat. All these led to the fall of Lodhi dynasty. The armed forces of Babar and Ibrahim Lodi conflicted with one another at Panipat on April 21, 1526. So first battle of Panipat was fought on April 21, 1526, and the forces of Babar and Ibrahim Lodi conflicted there, and not uh, Ibrahim was not able to overpower Babar, and in numbers, and his army was crushed in numbers and killed. Thus, the first battle of Panipat saw the formation of the Mughal kingdom in India. So actually, what happened was Ibrahim Lodi was defeated by Babar, Daulat Khan, Muhammad Lodhi, and Rana Sanga. So these all four people conspired against him and defeated Ibrahim Lodi, Babar, Daulat Khan, Muhammad Lodhi, and Rana Sanga. Rana Sanga was the same one who was the ruler of Mewar, and they all defeated Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat, and from there the Mughal Empire started. So okay, guys, this was all about Ibrahim Lodi and Lodhi Dynasty and the first battle of Panipat, and how Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi with modern artillery and great strategy and war techniques. And uh, so I will see you in the next video, and in the next video we will talk about the Mughal Empire and see the details and short notes about the Mughal Empire.